Hey, Clay.
Hey, how you doing there?
Hey, good buddy. How you doing?
All right, I forgot your name.
I'm Tom.
Tom, and who's your other friend there?
That's Rocky.
Got Tom and Rocky.
There you go.
Oh, you don't got a guy named Bullwinkle there?
Well, he just flew around the pond a minute ago. When he stops coming back this way, we'll hog time and get him on the air for you, okay?
I see. Here.
So let me ask you something. As we had you on last week, I got a bunch of calls and emails and texts, and people said, "Where'd you find this guy?" And I said, "Well, he just tuned in." And then, you gave us your freeamerican.com website. And then there was one guy that wanted to make a donation to you and says that your donation button don't work on your website. Did you know that?
I have no idea. I haven't been on the website for a long time. Candy takes care of that. But if you would like to send a check to my P.O. box, that would be so
P.O. Box
great.
144, Big Spring, Texas, 79721. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And it goes to CRD Publishing or your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we got that little blurb out there for you. And remember we talked last week, and a lot of those misnomers, which what's written down on the web, you can't get off. It's all a bunch of bullshit. You know the story.
I know.
I looked a lot of your stuff down. Did you used to work for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA?
I believe so. I don't remember. Remember, I had a stroke.
I know. Yeah.
Tom, I'm going to have to take off for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, you go do Tinkle, man. Me and Clay got it right now. We're okay.
Okay, you handle it. I'll be right back.
Okay. So here's the deal, Clay. I read a bunch of stuff on you. I seen some of your little ditties and stuff. Did you ever get to meet Howard Stern?
I never got to meet that Jew. I don't like him. I don't like his personality. I think he's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, but he makes billions of dollars, don't he?
Well, he's a Jew.
I like the way you put it. Well said. Okay. Totally understandable. So here's the deal.
And I never gave him permission to put my stuff on the air.
Oh, did he do it?
Yes, he did.
Well, did you have your attorneys go after him?
They said that he couldn't do nothing because it's on Blog Talk and you could download it for free. But I just don't like him.
It's an amazing situation. So tell me about the $2.6 million. Did you ever get that money?
I never got $2.6 million. If I had, I would have been gone from this state. Would have been probably staying somewhere like in Cabo.
Cabo San Lucas. Been there before. It's a lot. It's changed a lot since I was there. But it was something else.
Now.
Say what?
It's a tourist attraction now.
Yeah, it is. When I was there back in the 60s, boy, I'll tell you, had to fly in there, and there was no telephones. Didn't have to worry about no TVs, no radios. It was just you and the beaches and the tropical winds and the sands and just drinking up and eating up a storm and loving up your woman and just having a ball. Now
and no cartels.
Oh yeah, none of that shit was around back in them days. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So let me
They're
ask you
screwing
something.
it up.
You
Yes,
don't
sir.
you don't do anything on Blog Talk no more, right?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Do
Because the doctor tells me if I get mad, my blood pressure will go up, and I don't want another stroke,
yeah.
another heartache.
Yeah, well,
This
you
this
got to
one
stay
took
safe.
me out.
Let me ask your feelings on Hillary Clinton.
She's a bitch.
Is she straight, bi, or strictly lesbian?
She's well. She had a daughter with another feller, not with Bill Clinton. That Chelsea is not Bill Clinton's daughter.
No, it's Webb Hubbard's.
But she fiddles around with Uma Wiener. You know who that is?
Well, Rocky should know. He's from that state. Who's Uma Wiener? Rocky?
She's not from my state. When Hillary was in my state, she was messing around with Diane Blair.
So she's had a lot of pussy in her life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a
I
live
don't know if she's had as
cocaine.
much as Bill, but
Oh gosh. You know, when I heard the story, I heard it just this week. Somebody sitting there trying to tell me that when she was the ambassador or some goddamn thing, I don't know what she was, she made so much money in her nonprofit organization. It's disgusting. You know anything about that, Clay?
Yes, sir. She took millions from the Haitians when they went down there from the last earthquake that Haiti had. They went down there with pallets of food, emergency stuff, and they took pictures like a prop, and she ordered all the pallets to go back into the plane, and she took millions. And Bill Clinton wanted to bribe the president from Haiti, but he didn't want to do nothing like that. And he even told the Haitians, and that's what the Haitians are mad at the Clintons. Clintons are nothing but garbage.
Wow. What's your feeling on Antifa?
Antifa is nothing much but a lot of wimps. You hit them, they cry, they go out. Well, when they're in forms of 100, if you even hit one, they all disperse around. Now, I hear that now they got arms and they shot a lady that said all lives matter. I forgot in what state, and they are celebrating it.
Well, you know what? I don't know who that lady is, but thumbs up from me, because to me, all lives matter. Not just black
Yes,
lives
sir.
matter. All lives matter.
That's right. Even if you say all lives matter, they take that as racist.
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, what the fuck is black lives matter? That's not racist?
Well, I tell them all black baby lives matter, and they don't respond
Amen.
to that because they can't. They're
Yeah.
hypocrites.
No, I'm with you on that, man. I mean, how long did you have your show on Blog Talk?
Well, like I said before, I used to be on Blog TV. It was internet provided by Israelis back in 2000, 2006, 2007. I was on there for a bit. Then I went to Blog Talk Radio.
Did you have a large listenership?
Yes, sir. All around the world.
How'd you make your money?
Made my money from donations, from selling my books. You can buy a book off the website, downloadable PDF for $10.
So did you sell a lot of them?
Yes, sir. And back in 2017, in November, they got a hold of One Bloody Alabaster Eye, and they were duplicating it. And somehow the packages went to Mexico. A Mexican feller told the number and told me that a van crashed near his house and all these books were on there. And some of them were translated in Hebrew.
Is that right?
Yes, sure. And I got contact with the guy, Michael Frataro, and he was the one that was printing them, but somebody was paying for him to print. I never got a hold of the person. From that point on is when I got their stroke.
Wow, sorry to hear that. Clay,
Yes.
tell me your feelings on this guy. His name keeps coming up all the time. It's always in the mix. George Soros.
George Soros ain't nothing but a son of a bitch. Don't like that guy. He's the guy behind Antifa. He's the guy behind Black Lives Matter. He's behind the destruction of countries where he causes riots, the country goes down, and he buys it off pennies.
Did you ever have a chance to meet this guy or talk to him?
I don't think I have.
Somebody says that he's very wealthy, owns a lot of companies, and I heard the same thing you just say. He was the guy behind Antifa, and he was the one that paid agitators when this last protests were going on.
Yes, sir. He was the one behind the delivery of all the bricks in different cities.
Really?
Yes, sir. Him and the foundation from Bill Gates.
Yeah. Bill Gates and his wife's name came up too. Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Thank you, sir.
You're a smart guy. You never know an apple until you crack it open and see what it's like. Sometimes you get a lot of worms. Sometimes you find out it's rotten, but sometimes it tastes pretty damn good.
You're sweet like an organic pink lady.
Yeah, there you go. And orgasms come along with those organic ladies. Oh, gosh. Listen, Rocky, you got any questions for Clay?
No, I don't have any questions because I think me and him probably been reading the same book.
Oh, you think you have?
Yes, I do.
Well, I called a couple of my friends, and they said that they were going to call, I don't know what area codes they're from, but they're probably online listening. Has anybody pressed the one key?
Rocky?
No. Right now we have, let me see, we have Doyle and the Swede listening.
Anybody else?
Okay.
That's it.
Busy.
All right, why don't we put Doyle on? Let him say hello to Clay.
And he's on.
Hey, Doyle.
Hello, Clay. How are you, sir?
There you go.
Okay there, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to hear from you tonight, and I appreciate one thing about you. You're honest. You're a patriot. You are what we need in this country, people to think like you do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That just makes me cry.
Listen,
I've
real.
been with Tom Biscardi for well over 10 years now, and I think that, the type of people he associates himself with, such as you, sir, puts him out ahead of the rest of the curve. We are not afraid to say what we think. We're not afraid to say what we feel. And you are that person. And I think that you're just part of the team. And I think that Tom's lucky to have you as a friend, and I would like to consider you a new friend.
Thank you,
applaud
sir.
that. I applaud that. You bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, Clay,
Swede on too.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Rocky. Yeah. Let me ask you this, Clay: are you getting back better after having that stroke?
I can't. My left leg can't really move it that much. I have to walk with a cane, but sometimes it gives me problems.
Yeah. You still get to see Candy?
Candy, me and her broke up. But she still comes around and checks on me.
She sucks on you. You mean she gives you a blowjob?
Well, when you guys were talking about Bigfoot, I married one. No, I'm just playing with you guys.
Because last week you told us that Candy was a bomb, man. She was she was beautiful and curvaceous and did anything for you.
Oh yes, there's back in my days, she was a hottie.
Hottie, there you go. What's the difference in age, Clay?
She's about 10 years younger than me.
So she's about going to be ready to retire, collect on Medicare?
Yes, she's 63, 64, around there.
Yeah. Okay. Did you have any children with her?
No. I had children with my previous wife.
You ever see your kids?
No, I haven't seen my kids. They're upset with me. They don't believe in the things I believe in, but I love them.
Well, that's a good thing. Maybe when they all come around, when you're on your deathbed and think with their hand out, "Are you leaving me anything, Dad?" That's when they come around.
I'm gonna leave it to the grandkids.
Do you ever get to see them?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, I'll guarantee if you get another girl like Candy in the next few months, you'll be leaving everything to her. And that's okay. You know why? Because there's only you and her left, man.
Well, if she looks like Heather Locklear, then yes, I would leave it to her.
I love it. Listen, Clay, it's a true pleasure to talk to you, and a treasure that we found you. And dial in anytime you want each week. We'd love to chat with you. We're going to give this last quarter talk about Bigfoot a little bit, okay?
All righty, then.
All right. Good.
Nice y'all.
All right. You get well, okay?
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Good. Ladies
Bye.
and gentlemen,
Good night, sir. Good night.
okay, thanks so much. That's Clay Douglas.
Bye-bye.
Guy's one hell of a guy. Had his own show. Gone through hell. Had a stroke. He believes in what he believes, and there's no two ways about it. And he went down believing what he thought. And but he'll get back strong. Probably come back, bounce up like a rubber ball twice as high.